Oh man, it's good to be back.
Yeah, we had some extra time today. I know when we normally don't do these on Sundays, but I had the opportunity to come over to Sage Stadium. I came into your house,
That's
ate
right.
your food, drank your drinks,
And
and the
beat my
Dolphins
team.
beat the Browns. Yeah, and the Dolphins beat the Browns. So we decided, amongst the Dolphins beating the Browns, we thought, well, we're at the same place, same time. Let's just go ahead and set up the cameras real quick, knock out some predictions for tonight's Clash of the Champions. I've got the card in front of me. I think. So, what do you think of the card overall?
Oh man. I to be honest with you, this is probably the first. I know this is their first pay-per-view since the brand split. I'm not too. I'm not too enthusiastic about it. Not like how it was on SmackDown, and I don't know if it's because of the match appeal or the way that it's been booked, or if I just if it's kind of like the old WCW, WWF days where I was just more in tune with the better product, which right now I think is SmackDown.
Yeah, I think the card isn't terrible by any means. There's a couple matches I want to see, but it's tough because I mean, you think about it, and I think the Cowboys are playing the Bears tonight. And us being in Texas, you think about Sunday nights if they're going to have pay-per-views every other week, every couple weeks, but now you have Sunday night football to compete with. So I wonder if I don't know. My attention won't be to the Cowboys Bears game. It'll definitely be the Clash of the Champions, but we'll definitely see. I think the card's all right. There's only about maybe three matches I want to see, but I will say this: every time I've watched a card, the majority of the time I watch a card, and there's only two, three matches I care about, I end up liking the card because then I end up watching the whole thing, and the card itself ends up being real good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm hoping that it is going to be overall a great card. But I'm gonna tell you, man, I think I'm more excited about the pre-show match than I am about anything that's on the main card right now.
You're talking
And
Nia Jax and Alicia Fox.
yeah,
So let's get
I know
into it.
that sounds
Let's get into it.
yes, I know that sounds crazy, man.
So,
So yeah, so the first thing I'm gonna say, man, is that like I've been watching the majority of their feud I've had to catch on YouTube because it's not been on any of the edits for Hulu Plus. But from what I've seen, I'm liking this, I'm crazy, but going against a monster who doesn't really care about anything but, smacking down these women that are in these divisions and just killing them.
yeah.
So I think this has the potential to be like at least one of the top three matches. And we all know it's probably going to be a squash match,
Oh yeah.
to say the
Especially
least.
if it's on a pre-show. So who do you got coming out the victor?
Uh, there's no question Naya's going to win this one, but it would be interesting to see if they swerve it. But Naya's definitely going to win this one.
So I agree. So I'm everything you just said. I'm I that was you took that those. That's exactly what I was gonna say. So who loses first, Nia Jax or Braun Strowman? Both got the same thing going
Dude,
on.
that's a great question. Hey, let me ask before I answer that question. Has Braun Strowman had a pay-per-view match yet?
No,
Is
no,
he
I
even
think he was.
scheduled on this card?
No,
And yet Nia Jax is doing the same exact thing, and she's on this pay-per-view.
yep, yep,
I'm just saying. Shout
yeah,
out to my girl Nia Jax, bro.
yeah. So I'm still waiting, and we'll find out. I tweeted it out last week. How long will it be before Braun Strowman is somehow interfering with some cruiserweights and roughing those dudes up? So I give 6 months tops, and he's going to be feuding with a couple cruiserweights, and they'll beat him up. That's my thought, at least.
Yeah, I definitely with you. I don't. My thing is that where do they go from here if Nia Jax beats when she does beat? Like, does she become her, or is she just going to continue her squashing, squashing women in the division? I don't think you. I don't think you could put her against Charlotte. I
Hmm.
think it's just way too soon to have that.
No,
Um, I would have to say Braun Strowman, man. He might before Nia Jax does.
I hope so, man. So Sami Zayn and Chris Jericho is presumably the opener of the night. I got this one's kind of tough because Sami Zayn's lost a couple big matches. Came up short in the feud with KO, but then went on to win the championship. So I feel like kind of needs sack and beating Jericho a little bit of credibility back, but shows up in big matches, styles and stuff like them.
Mhm.
Beat Cass and Enzo. So, man, this one goes squeaking out the win somehow. Maybe they'll will get a couple more wins, but I had Jericho squeaking this one out.
Yeah, I would have to go with you as well. I think Jericho and Sami Zayn are going to have it for at least a couple more pay-per-views. So Chris Jericho all the way with this one. I think it's kind of a no-brainer. No really thing for Sami Zayn past this feud right now. So
Yeah, I agree. So after that, Cesaro, best of seven, tied.
yeah, for this one, I think the girls are zapping the bandwidth or something right now because you're coming in kind of rough on me, bruh. Um,
Yeah,
I I think that call me crazy, man. I have losing this one. I don't know
yeah.
why. I have losing.
Just answer this one quickly because I don't care Cesaro winning. And other than that, I don't. There's no on the line for any of these guys. It was kind of just like, hey, you're two decent wrestlers feuding twice, if you remember right. Uh, let's just put you in
Yeah,
a.
my I Cesaro does not belong on Raw at all. I'm sorry, but he doesn't. He is pure and pure a wrestler who belongs on SmackDown. I think this would be an interesting opportunity for them to storyline draft him to SmackDown after he loses this feud.
Dynamite, right? I
Yep.
mean, I'm a manager. Trying and then this is. Uh, I think this will be the next one, kind of in the middle of the road. T.J. Perkins. I think his first name's Tony. I called him Tony Perkins. We'll say that one. I call him Tony Perkins. If every Tony Perkins, if ever seen Heavy, you know who that is. But T.J. Perkins and I. This one, I think it could be match of the night. Both really talented. They're doing the. Brian Kendrick is 37. He had a shot in the WWE before shot. I think that'll make him become a good heel cruiserweight. As a matter of fact, of all the cruiserweights they have, I think he's the only true who can pull off the heel thing. And like light from the other guys and everybody else, I think he's light years on the heel level ahead of everybody. So who do you got?
Um, all right. So before I give my prediction, I just gotta say something real quick, man, because I was hoping that we could talk about this on Wednesday. First time that the casual fans are going to see TJ Perkins. They debuted all of the other cruiserweights before they debuted TJ Perkins and the cruiserweight title. Like nobody, for, how many people out there that did not watch the CWC even know that there's a cruiserweight title or that the champion is TJP or even who TJP is? Like nobody. I think that was very poor for them to not debut him, or even at the very least for him to show up at ringside. I don't know what the deal with that is, but that's my rant for it. If you see the CWC was amazing in every single one of his matches that he participated in. Excellent every match, 5-star match, every single one of them. despite how great he was, I think it is a mistake to take the title away from TJP. So I have TJP winning this one.
Yes, same here. Same here. I think it'll be a good back and forth match. I just it'd be establish a cruiserweight, then a week and a half later you have a big title change. So after that, let me know first. I'm going to ask you this question first, and then I'll tell you. Let me start by asking before this one, do you even care about this match? Second, the match that I'm referring to is Gallows and Anderson versus The New Day. Question.
Oh man, no. This is as sad as it sounds. No, I really don't care for this match at all. I think that the build up for it was pretty poor way through. Um, as much as I love New Day, I think we're getting new tag team champions, and I think overall it'll be better. New Day doesn't really need the titles right now, and it would be nice to see them on someone else, and at the very least, the New Day can chase the titles.
Yeah, I agree. I think sometimes the chase is more entertaining than the win. So yeah, I definitely got New Day coming up short in this one. Plus, I don't really know what Gallows and Anderson have anything going for them if they lose. Good team, like talented. They just kind of once the club thing died off, it just seems like whatever gimmick momentum they had also died off at the time. So, but either which way, I don't. That's like I said. There's only 3 or 4 matches on this entire thing I care about.
Mm-hmm.
So one of them I do care about is the U.S. title match. So Reigns,
Matchka!
yes, Reigns and Rusev. I actually have Rusev coming out with a clean win today. Well, I shouldn't say clean. Lana might interfere, but either which way, I have Rusev coming out with like a win for sure and retaining the belt. He stepped his game up big time. Lost a little bit of weight. Looks ripped.
Yeah, I agree with you in terms of the way that he looks and feels in the ring. One of the top, I mean, honestly, he's probably the only reason why I even watch Raw to begin with. No slide on KO. I love KO. He's great, but the feud that they have him in, it's not really making me want to watch very much. So, with that being said, I actually have Machka losing this match,
Oof.
and I know no one's I know it pains me to say that myself, but I honestly think that they're going to one more match after this one. He'll probably lose that one too. It probably won't be on the pay-per-view, and then they'll transition him to be more of a heavyweight contender. Yeah, that's how I see it.
Yeah, it's not bad. Not bad at all. I mean, I could definitely see that. And Rusev, like I said, has stepped it up. So um, next, and I think this will be right before the main event, I'd assume, because they typically do this, is the women's match, the triple threat match. It's Charlotte, Banks, and Bayley. Charlotte's coming in. I assume she'll have Dana Brooke with her. So who do you have in this one?
Charlotte's going to win this one, but I don't think that that's what the story is. I think you're going to see the boss finally emerge and do a heel turn on uh, Bayley. That will set up a feud between them, which will be great. But I don't think the belt. It right now. There's no one at this division right now that can really take the title and run with it like the way that she is. And then every time you have a triple threat match, especially for a championship, you're always looking at what's going to come out of it. And then rather much see Dana versus Charlotte than Bayley versus Charlotte for the title or Sasha versus the title right now. So I've got.
So who are the other face women wrestlers? Am I missing something here? On Raw.
It's the problem. Like it, the Raw's version of the women's championships, but they only got 11 that actually are there, and only two of them are face. And
Yeah.
with Sasha possibly doing a heel turn, then you're only going to have one face on that in that on Raw. It's just not enough.
Yeah, I don't think you have enough star power or whatever. I just don't. I don't know. So we'll see how it turns out. Unless they're not going to call anybody up from NXT anytime soon. Um,
Mm-mm.
Especially since they just called up Bailey not long ago. So main event time. So Kevin Owens
Yep.
and Seth Rollins. So I think this one might have a. As much as I would love to see Kevin Owens just go over legit 100% clean, I don't know if it's going to happen, and I don't think we're going to have a Triple H sighting tonight. But I'm thinking Kevin Owens is going to go over clean.
I have Kevin Owens winning, but I don't think that it's going to be clean. I think that you can't see anyone beating Seth Rollins clean right now. I just can't, unless it's another face right now. I don't think. Oh, technically, he's not a full, so
Yeah.
I guess can't really say that. But I think that they're going to try to pull out from the clean. Then they either another match. It doesn't really make sense. Where does it go from there? Um, on the rod, really tell him to shut up and wait his turn. So I think he's going to get a screw job. I will set up more of a storyline between him and Triple H going forward. So that's what I have.
Well, yeah. Well, maybe if Cesaro wins this best of seven, he'll feud with Kevin Owens next.
I still don't think he's going to win, though. I honestly, I really think they're going to end up training him to SmackDown. I do. It's just he's a wrestler, and obviously, Raw is it's not for wrestling stars. It's not for people who get in the ring and do their thing. I put him in the same boat as the Miz. I put him in the same boat as Black Neville. I put him in the same boat as AJ Styles in the ring, not on the mic.
Yeah.
He doesn't belong, man. You can clearly see the distinction between the two shows, which is crazy. Like, one is truly an entertainment show, and he is it's so great right now.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree, man. So all in all, I think it'll be a decent card. I really don't care about a couple of the matches, but yeah, I mean, overall, man. So now that we've talked about it, you think it'll be pretty decent card overall? Or what are you expecting out of 10 stars? Put it that way.
I'm not one to be very negative on the product, but I can't see this being 5 star, or it's not 5 star, but 5 out of 10, maybe 6 out of 10, depending on how the TJ Perkins did. That one's probably going to be the
Yep.
match of the night, bruh. And that's going to speak volumes, right? Because those are wrestlers. Yeah, for me, 5, maybe 6 out of 10 is what I'm predicting for this. I would not be surprised, like I said, that the Nia Jax and Alicia Fox,
Yeah.
yeah, is in the top 3. Like I can't. Surprise me. Let me know.
Yeah, I'm hoping for, and you and I, we've done this negative on the product, but I'm setting my expectations at a 5, hoping I leave with a 6 or 7, just because of the cruiserweight match. So, yeah, that was pretty much it for our review. Do you have anything else you want to chime in on, other than that the Browns lost to the Dolphins today in OT?
Dog Pound's we gotta step it up, and all you Ohio, all you Browns fans that are in the WWE, say something. We need some support. You, Dana, I'm talking to you, and I'm talking to the Miz, and I'm talking to to the lunatic fringe. Y'all need to say something,
Dolph Ziggler,
man.
everybody. Yeah,
Dolph Ziggler, yeah, come on now. That's the reason why we're losing because y'all in the closet when it comes to being the Browns fan, man. We can't have that. We can't have that,
yeah. They need
man.
to wear some Terrell Pryor jerseys. I'll tell you that. Dude
That's
tore it up.
right, man. That's right. I mean, he's the only guy who's he's throwing quarterback, and we're catching his receiver, like Mr. Perfect, man. It's just like Mr. Perfect.
Yeah,
Uh,
man. All right, man. I'll hit you up. We'll be watching it live tonight, live tweeting during the event. You can catch me at Real Ben Goosen.
it's Sage the Mock on Twitter,
Yep.
and hit us up at Real WrestleCast. And always remember, guys, keep it real.
And keep it. I don't have anything for that one. 100.
I think that should be the catchphrase, right? Keep it real.
All right. Later, y'all.